Prepare for the ultimate battle of wits as the fiercest young minds in Southern Colorado face off in a high-stakes trivia showdown. Who will rise to the challenge? Who will claim victory? Find out now on Rocky Mountain Quiz Kids.
Welcome to Rocky Mountain Quiz Kids, where the brightest students from dozens of schools all across Southern Colorado are competing in the tournament for a chance to advance to the finals with a cash prize on the line. I'm your host, Scott Kilberry. We're very excited about today's third round matchup between Pueblo County and Liberty High. Let's take an opportunity right now to meet the teams. Let's start off with the Hornets. Take it away.
I'm Daniel, a junior from Pueblo County.
Hi, I'm Zora. I'm a senior at Pueblo County.
Hi, I'm Eloise. I'm also a senior at Pueblo County.
Hi, I'm Axel, and I'm a senior.
Nice to meet you guys, and good luck with the upcoming game here. How about Liberty High? The Lancers, take it away. Who do we have here?
Hi, I'm Michael, and I'm a freshman.
Hi, I'm Aiden, and I'm a junior at Liberty High School.
I go to Liberty High School. I'm a junior, and my name's Ryan.
My name is Siobhan, and I'm a junior at Liberty High School.
Nice to meet you guys, and good luck as well. So this is how it's going to work. We begin with a buzz-in round in this opening round. There will be 3 minutes on the clock. First team to buzz in after I begin reading will be given the opportunity to answer that question within 5 seconds. Now, if it's incorrect, then the other team has a chance to answer that same questions. No points will ever be taken off the board, but then the awarded points of 10 points for the correct answer until the final round, which is also a buzz-in round where all the correct answers will be worth 20 points. So we're putting the time on the clock right now. Teams understand what we're up against here in this opening of the third round matchup beginning now. In humans, what sense, the only one not relayed by the thymolysis, is received by neurons bundled into namesake bulbs and lets humans detect odors? Axel.
Smell.
Smell is correct, and Pueblo County is on the board. Next question. In 2023 and 24, the ECOWAS bloc in West Africa imposed sanctions on the military junta in what country? Axel.
Burkina Faso.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect, but the rest of the question is military junta in what country that ousted President Mohamed Bazoum? Liberty High, want to give it a stab? Ryan.
Ethiopia.
I'm sorry, we were looking for Niger. Next question, in what kind of symbiosis exemplified by remoras attaching to fish does one species benefit while the other is neither helped? Axel.
Parasitism.
I'm sorry, incorrect. The rest of it, while the other is neither helped nor harmed. Liberty, want to give it a try? We were looking for commensalism. All right, the treaty that ended World War I was signed in what highly... Ryan.
Versailles.
I'm sorry, the rest of it is, which includes the question, was signed in what highly decorative hall in the Palace of Versailles? Eloise.
The Hall of Mirrors.
Hall of Mirrors is correct. What dictator commissioned the Valley of the Fallen and added the... Axel.
Saddam Hussein.
I'm sorry, incorrect. The rest of it is added the Falange to his nationalists who defeated the Republicans in the Spanish Civil War. Liberty. Ryan.
Francisco Franco.
It is correct, and Liberty is on the board. Next question. What cyclic compound, which can assume boat and chair conformations, has the molecular formula C6H12? Axel.
Hexene.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. How about you want to give it a try, Liberty? Aiden?
Hexate.
I'm sorry, they were looking for, in particular, cyclohexane. All right, next question. What first player with 50 home runs and 50 stolen bases in one season joined the Dodgers in 2024 as a pitcher? Aiden.
Otani.
That's right, that is correct. And there we have it, we're tied at 20s. What document drafted by a committee led by John Dickinson created a weak central government? It was replaced by the... Axel?
The Articles of Confederation.
Yes, that is correct. What fictional corrupt defense corporation designed the VOTS targeting systems and the subterranean bunkers found throughout? Daniel.
Vault-Tec.
That is correct. Next question. What 7-letter term derived from Latin names the ring-like area between two concentric circles? Anybody? We were looking for annulus. We heard the buzzer right there. That means that is the end of the opening round as it stands right now. Pueblo County clinging to a 40-20 lead. Brings us to our Power Pass question of the day as well, brought to you by the Pikes Peak Library District.
What is the title of the only game in the Zelda series where you play as Zelda?
Ryan.
Skyward Sword.
We were looking for, well, unless you, Pueblo County, want to give it a try? Daniel.
Zelda Breath of the Wild.
It's a good try. We were looking for Echoes of Wisdom.
It's Zelda's turn to be the hero in Echoes of Wisdom. If you're a fan of Epic Quest, check out the video games and board games in the teen section at your local PPLD location.
Well, there you have it. It's 40-20. We still have 3 rounds to play. The volleyball round coming up next. You're watching Rocky Mountain Quiz Kids. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Rocky Mountain Quiz Kids. Is now time for the second round. The volleyball round. Volleyball round is a conferring round in which the teams have 4 minutes this time around to answer questions. We encourage them to participate as a team, so you can actually huddle up and we'll take those answers through the captain. So that's where we're going to huddle up now. During that break, we did a coin flip. Pueblo County called it. They didn't win it. Liberty got it, so they have chosen to defer to be first in the following round, the lightning round. So Pueblo County is going to go first in this volleyball round. So volleyball round, we're going to ask each team a question, just one question at a time, then volley back and forth for a different question, not like the buzz-in round where each team can buzz in. So there's no need to buzz in this round. You just need to hear the answer from the team captains. Understood? All right, here we have the volleyball round beginning now. What value is held constant in homoscedastic sequences of random variables is denoted sigma squared and is the square of standard deviation?
Variance.
Variance is correct. Put on 10 points for Pueblo County. Now over here for Liberty, in picture books by David McKee, the patchwork Elmer is what type of animal, others of which are ruled by King Babar?
Elephant.
Elephant is correct. All right. Back over here. What 1984 film in which Harold Ramis played Egon Spangler featured a song that asks who you gonna call and depicts proton packs that trap phantasms?
Ghostbusters.
That is correct. Okay, over here to Liberty. Senator Birch Bayh wrote what civil rights law, a component of the Education Amendments of 1972 that protects against sex-based discrimination?
Equal Rights Act?
I'm sorry, we're looking for Title IX, but you're on the right direction here. Okay, back over here to Pueblo County. One of the oldest synagogues in the U.S., Congregation Mikvah Israel, is in what city in Georgia that was the state's colonial capital?
Savannah.
Savannah is correct. Okay, back over here to Liberty. Politicians often consulted the Pythia, a priestess in the Temple of Apollo, in what sacred site that the Greeks thought was the center of the world?
Telvi?
That is correct. All right, back over here to Pueblo County. What type of reaction is traditionally described as an acid and a base reacting to form a salt and water?
An oxidization reaction?
I'm sorry, we were looking for a neutralization. All right, Liberty, what book in which Heya serves plum cake to a lion and unicorn contains the poem Jabberwocky and is a sequel to Lewis Carroll's Alice in Wonderland?
Through the Looking Glass?
That is correct. All right, now for Pueblo County, what devices, many of which utilize cadmium telluride or crystalline silicon as a semiconductor, generate electricity directly by absorbing sunlight?
Solar panel.
That is correct. All right, Liberty High School, here we go. What island country in the Pacific is home of the former Henderson Field and has its capital in Honiara on the Guadalcanal?
Micronesia?
I'm sorry, we were looking for the Solomon Islands. All right, Pueblo County, what performer whose September 2004 offer of a $50 million bond was denied is a rapper who was charged with racketeering and sex trafficking?
Diddy.
Diddy, or Brother Love, or Puff Daddy, or John Combs. Many names, but you are correct. All right, what English physicist lends his name to the scattering effect that causes the blue color of the sky?
Newton.
We were looking for Lord Rayleigh. All right, Pueblo County, in what war whose Alabama claims ended when Britain compensated the U.S. for destroyed merchant ships did Stephen Mallory lead the Confederacy Navy?
The Civil War?
The Civil War is right. Back over here with Liberty, what civilization, the first to use a 60-number system, built the city of Uruk in Mesopotamia and is the world's earliest known literate society?
Assyrians.
I'm sorry, we're looking for Sumer. Back over here, Pueblo County, in 2024, a court dismissed a lawsuit by what musician's publishing company, 8 Mile Style, that accused Spotify of billions of illegal streams?
Eminem.
Eminem is correct. We heard the buzzer. That concludes the second round. It also brings us to our School of Rock quiz code. Viewers, just please head to fox21news.com, click on contests, or scan the QR code to enter the code word for a chance to win a gift card from School of Rock. The code word is, you guessed it, Eminem. Still have a couple more rounds to go. You're watching Rocky Mountain Quiz Kids. The lightning round is coming up next. Welcome back. We are halfway through the competition. Time now for the lightning round. Now, since Pueblo County went first in the previous round, Liberty has the opportunity to go first in this lightning round. Before we do that, though, we have a couple of substitutions for Pueblo County. Who do we have over here?
My name is John, and I'm a junior.
My name is Emma, and I'm a senior at County.
All right, nice to meet you guys, and good luck. Now, the lightning round, we want to lay down the rules here. You have 60 seconds to answer all 10 of the questions. You can always pass to revisit that question if there's still time on the clock. But if you don't get to those, if something is answered incorrectly, that means that the other team will then have an opportunity with 30 seconds on the board to answer those same questions that were not completed, and vice versa. Do we understand, teams? So we have 4 categories that you have to select from. Let me run down them, and then you tell me, Liberty, what you would like to select. We'll begin with the native names for countries. Given a country's name in its native language, give its common English name, such as Netherlands, for a clue of Nederland. Sports mascots, name the pro sports team these mascots represent. And words in alphabetical order, give these words whose letters are all in alphabetical order. Answers may vary or may have double letters. Fourth category is fictional weapons. Name the fictional characters who wield these weapons. What do you think?
We'll go native languages.
Native languages it is, and then when it comes up to Pueblo, we'll give you an opportunity to select those when we come back to you. So we're going to put 60 seconds on the clock for native names for countries, right? Native names for countries. Given a country's name, its native language, give its common English name. 60 seconds on the clock, beginning now. Deutschland.
Germany.
That is correct. Nihon.
Pass.
España.
Spain.
Correct. Österreich.
Australia.
That's incorrect. Polska.
Poland.
Correct. Zhangwo.
Pass.
Amagrib.
Pass.
Kampuchea.
Pass.
Majarasag.
Madagascar.
That's incorrect. And Barut.
Bahrain.
No, that is incorrect. You passed a couple on these. How about Nihon? And time is up, but you still got a few of those questions. Once again, this is native names for countries. We're going to put 30 seconds on the clock to some of those questions that you didn't get to. Pueblo, ready?
Ready.
Beginning now. Nihon.
Japan.
That is correct. Next question. Österreich
Austria.
is correct. Next question. Zhangwo.
China.
Correct. Next question. Amagreb.
Algeria.
That one's incorrect. Kampuchea.
Cambodia.
That is correct. Next question is Majarazag.
Indonesia.
Not correct. Next one, though, is Barut.
India.
That is correct. And that concludes. So you got those. The one that we were looking for, which I'm sorry, I probably butchered as Majarasag, is Hungary, is what we were looking for. In Kampuchea, you got correct. And there you have it. So that concluded that round, but you still have an opportunity now to answer among the 3 remaining categories. Let me run by them one more time, and you, Pueblo County, tell me what you would like to address here. We have sports mascots. Name the pro sports team these mascots represent. Words in alphabetical order. Give these words whose letters are in alphabetical order. Answers may have double letters. And fictional weapons. Name the fictional characters who wield these weapons.
We will take words in alphabetical order.
All right, words in alphabetical order. Once again, give these words whose letters are in alphabetical order, and answers may have double letters. Liberty High, pay attention and get that. Yeah, so you got the pen and papers there in case they don't get to any one of the 10 questions. 60 seconds on the clock. Beginning now. To become the parent of a child not biologically one's own.
Pass.
In Roman numerals, XL.
40.
Correct. Meat wrapped in duxelles and puff pastry in a Wellington.
Beef.
Correct. String instrument played by Yo-Yo Ma.
Cello.
Correct. Bipedal or bipedal flightless bird of Australia.
Emu.
Correct. Precedes blue in the name of chess play in IBM computer.
Deep.
Correct. Medical procedure in which a tissue sample is extracted for testing.
Biopsy.
Correct. The head of Christian monastery.
Bishop.
Oh, that one's incorrect. In programming, they can be do while or infinite.
Pass.
Precedes road in the title of the film about the Texas Western basketball team.
Pass.
All right, back to what you passed on. To become a parent of a child not biologically one's own.
Adopt.
Correct. Squeak that in there just in time. We heard the buzzer right there, so you did put plenty of points on the board. Liberty High, you have an opportunity here. There's a few they didn't get to. Once again, the category, words in alphabetical order. Give these words whose letters are all in alphabetical order. Answers may have double letters. 30 seconds on the clock to answer these questions beginning now. The head of a Christian monastery.
Pass.
In programming, they can be do while or infinite.
Boolean.
Sorry, that one's incorrect. Okay, how about this? Precedes road in the title of a film about a Texas Western basketball team.
Pass.
All right, back up to that first question. The head of a Christian monastery. Time's up. Well, we didn't get to it, but we were looking for Abbott. And in programming, the question is Loop and Glory Road. So that concludes the lightning round. Still plenty of game to be played here. We're going to find out who advances in our final round. You watch a Rocky Mountain Quiz, kids. We'll be right back. Welcome back. It's time now for our final challenge. It's a 3-minute buzz-in round, similar to the first round, but this time around, the correct answers are worth 20 points. Remember, not a conferring round, so when you buzz in, you must answer that question within 5 seconds. If it's incorrect, then the other team has the opportunity to answer that same question. Understand, team? All right, putting the time on the clock for our final round beginning now. What force, whose magnitude is the maximum friction over the coefficient of friction, is named for Ryan?
Normal.
Normal is correct. Next question. What general ignores the nightmares of his wife Capernia and the warning, beware of the Ides of March in a Shakespeare play? Axel?
Caesar.
Caesar is correct. What city, whose roads inspired spaces on the Monopoly board, in an East Coast gambling destination with an iconic boardwalk on the Jersey Shore? Eloise?
Atlantic City.
That is correct. What so-called disease of kings is caused by a supersaturation? Axel?
Gout.
Gout is right. What leader who was overthrown in the People Power Revolution was a longtime dictator of the Philippines, married to a woman named Imelda? Axel?
Marcos.
Marcos is correct. What 4'10" actor played dispatcher Louis De Palma on the 70s sitcom Taxi and portrays the scheming Frank Reynolds on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia? Siobhan?
Danny DeVito.
That is right. In 2024, what group banned both jeans and trimmed beards and confirmed its restriction of girls' education? Axel?
The Amish.
No, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. After taking control, Ryan?
The Taliban.
Taliban is correct. What 18th century French astronomer put the Crab Nebula as the first entry in his namesake catalog of 110 nebulae and star clusters? John?
Galileo.
I'm sorry, we're not looking for that. How about Liberty? You want to give it a try?
Copernicus.
Copernicus? No, we were looking for Messier, Charles Messier. What author wrote the letter De Profundis while imprisoned at the Reading Jail, and described an increasingly ugly portrait in the picture of Dorian Gray? Axel?
Kurt Vonnegut.
No, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Liberty, want to give it a try? We were looking for Oscar Wilde. What city on the Taedong River is home of the Juche Tower? Axel?
Pyongyang.
Pyongyang is right. Whose face was sculpted by Paul Landowski for a statue designed by Hector da Silva Costa that overlooks Rio de Janeiro and shows up? Siobhan?
Jesus Christ.
That is right. Next question. Vexillology is the study of what objects? Axel?
Flags.
That is correct. What Scottish inventor who partnered with businessman Matthew Boulton to make the engines is the namesake of SI unit of power? Ryan?
What?
Watt is correct. What YouTube channel of ex-BuzzFeed creators expelled Ned Fulmer in a 2022 adultery scandal and is focused on comically testing out various things? Siobhan?
The Try Guys.
That is right. And the next question is, which 18th century English historian chronicled the years from AD 98 to 1590 in his 6-volume Decline and Fall of the Roman Empire? We were looking for Edward Gibbon. We heard the buzzer there. That means it's the conclusion of our final round. That means that the Hornets are advancing to the semifinals. Congratulations to you, team, and congratulations, Liberty, to a good run here. We appreciate you being here. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. We hope you at home also enjoyed our competition today. Be sure to tune in next week for the semifinals, another round of Rocky Mountain Quiz Kids. You can catch it at 5:30 on Sundays at SoCo CW. Hope to see you then.